Hey, what's up? It's JJ the Lonely Bull in Asia here in Bangkok, Thailand, atop of my condo building. Not exactly on top, but about midway through. But Sunday morning coffee. Thanks for joining us. We got a couple on early, and we'll just hang out for a while until others join. We already got 10 on board, so that's kind of neat. Let's check some chat out here real quick. Jerry in Arkansas says, good morning, good evening. Hey, Jerry, good evening to you. Good morning here. Chris, let's go cruising, is giving the hi sign. Hello, Chris. Thanks for coming on board today. Appreciate it. Where are you watching from, Chris? I'd like to know. I don't know that. Have you been on my lives before? I don't recognize your YouTube name. You might have been, but maybe you don't do a lot of the chat. But yeah, let me know where you're watching from. Yeah, we got. I got some announcements to make. I'll make a little bit later. Oh, Portland. That's right. I remember now. Portland, Oregon. Yeah. Well, thanks for coming on again. Appreciate it. Yeah, I got some announcements to make about my visas. In fact, if you remember, you probably already watched the video I posted this week. Let's see. Deso Mahoney says, good morning from Ireland. Hey, how's things going in Ireland? I watched a video about the differences between Ireland and Scotland, or the Irish and the Scottish, and there's a lot of similarities, but there are a lot of differences. I thought that was kind of interesting. So, but anyway, thanks for coming on. Thanks for being a member, by the way. If you're a member, you get to see my videos before anybody else does. And if you're not a member, you can be. It's only 99 cents a month, so it's pretty cheap. Just like me, I'm pretty cheap. Good morning from down the street on Soy 24. Oh, also awesome, Donnie. Yeah, you're on my street. Let me guess. Let me see. Are you staying here or are you living here? If you're staying here, I will guess that you're either at Staybridge. Or you're across the street at Park Origin. That would be my guess. Or maybe the Hyatt. Where are you staying at if you're staying short term, Donnie? Another rocking radio show. Thank you again. Hey, Mark, thanks for watching. Watched the post show this week, late last night. Oh, nice. Awesome. Yeah, we just did another one today. So if you haven't watched that one yet, I should maybe... Do you think it would help if I posted the track listings in the description so people know what music is going to play those 2 hours, or would it be better to keep it a secret? For those that don't know, I've got a second channel, and it's an 80s radio channel, and I was in radio for like 30-some years, so I was a DJ and all that. So I went back to my roots, so to speak, and I launched a new YouTube channel, and it's just a 2-hour weekly radio show where I play the best of the 80s, and I play some from the 70s too. But it's been a lot of fun. It's a bit of a grind to do. It takes about 3 hours to record a 2-hour show, from setup to completion and download. And then I have to download it to my editing software, and then I have to edit it so it's all tight and good. And then that takes the first time I did it, it took about 6 hours. This last time it took just under 5 hours. So I'm starting to get the the feel of things. But anyway, it's a labor of love. It takes between 7 and 10 hours for 1 2-hour show every week. So right now I'm just doing it once a week. That's really all the time I've got right now. But if it starts to take off, then maybe I'll do it more often, but we'll see. Right now I've got 23 subscribers, so it's a slow and steady race, but it's a lot of fun. I'm glad some of the guys from my channel here have found it and check it out. So it is JJ Radio Guy. At JJ Radio Guy is the name of the channel, and my radio station is Super Q, all hits Super Q. So it's kind of fun. Yes, track list would be great. Also fun to be surprised. I might look at the list post show. Yeah, I might do that. I might start doing that and see if that helps. My only worry is if there's tracks that nobody likes, then they won't tune in to begin with. So, but I don't know. I did some trivia this show too. I did 4 trivia things, so that was kind of fun. But I didn't have a lot of people on there live. So, hey JJ, looks like Cal gave you a little boost in subs. Yeah. I mean, it really helped. I probably got a couple hundred subs just from being interviewed on Cal's channel. So I really appreciated that. So that was kind of neat. Things are starting to pick up again. I think the problem was bouncing around between the Philippines and here, and changing my focus on both of those places. I think YouTube couldn't figure out, the algorithm couldn't figure out who to send my videos out to. So now I'm pretty much just focused on Thailand. Once in a while, I'll talk about the Philippines in relation to moving to Thailand, like this last video that did pretty well, or is doing pretty well. It's over 4,000 views right now and climbing still. So, but yeah, that really helped. Cal's a good guy. I like him. He's very informative. I like his videos. His girlfriend works in immigration, so he's got kind of an inside track to all the info. So that really helps him too. So, so there's my new channel, but I wanted to talk about my visa. And if you aren't a member, you haven't seen that video yet, but I'll post it. I think it posts public tomorrow morning, I think, or maybe tonight. I haven't looked. Anyway, it's basically, so if you're not familiar with my situation, I'm on an education visa, and I'm taking Thai language classes, and that's the reason why when I moved here, I decided I want to learn the language. I want to assimilate into the culture as much as possible. Learning the language is a great first step. And so I decided to look into Thai language schools, and I chose Sandy Thai Language School, which is over at Rama 9 and not far away. And I signed up for the first 2 levels. There's 3 levels you can sign up for. I signed up for the first 2. And long story short, I could have signed up for level 3 after level 2 ends at the end of this month. But I looked into retirement visa and a agency here in Bangkok, and basically I can get a year retirement visa for just a little more than what I would pay for the level 3 classes. And level 3 courses are basically conversational Thai. And I know my former teacher, Crew Yoke, she does private tutoring. She doesn't work at the school anymore. She has a different job, but she does private tutoring. And so I could hire her. I've already talked to her. Maybe once, maybe twice a week for like 300 or 400 baht an hour, and just do an hour or 2 sessions and learn conversational Thai that way. That way I can concentrate on what I feel is important to know rather than what the school thinks is important for me to know. Because some of the stuff they teach you isn't really relevant. I mean, I'm trying to think of an example. It reminds me of back in the day when I was taking German lessons, and you had the book with the dialogues. Each chapter had a different dialogue, but really you would never use the dialogue. But what is funny is I've never forgotten those dialogues. Like one of them, there's 2 people talking, right? It's like one person goes, "Was tust du? Ich übergeige. Bist du müde? Ja." And that means, what are you doing? I'm playing the violin. Are you tired? Yeah, yes. Like, when am I ever going to say I'm playing the violin? So it's kind of stuff like that doesn't make any sense. But what's funny is I still remember those things. And I can't remember what I had for lunch yesterday. That's what's crazy. I can't remember my college girlfriend's name. I got a concussion late in life, and I think I erased everything bad from my memory. But anyway, so I'll do the private lessons, and it was only 20,000 baht to get this 1-year visa, retirement visa. And it's cheaper. I mean, I could have done it myself probably, but I just wanted to make sure everything was done correctly. And I think the reason why it was cheaper is because I already had a Thai bank account, so they didn't need to do anything there. Because I already had a visa, a non-immigrant visa, so that I didn't have to be on a tourist visa for 60 days or 90 days for them to do the processing. I'm already on that education visa, so those things out of the way. I asked them, I told them everything I had, and they said, "Oh, it's 20,000." It's like, "Oh, cool, I'll do it." And the school, the level 3 would have been 14,500 plus 2,000 for the visa. So it's 16,500 for an extra 3,500. I'm all in with the retirement visa for a full year instead of just the 4 months. So anyway, so there's my, but watch the video because there's a little more to it. So I don't want to discourage you from watching the video. So was at the Hyatt last week. Mercure this week. I'm still just a frequent visitor, but very interested in using the Ed Visa as a bridge to a retirement O Visa. Oh, awesome. Yeah, that's what I did. And I have no regrets doing the 2 levels of education visa rather than just doing the retirement because I wanted to learn the language anyway. So rather than pay for a retirement visa and pay for Thai language courses, I just did the education visa, and that was all included in the cost of the courses. So I'm happy with the way things have gone. So no regrets. It was another good show on the queue today. Recommend to everyone. Oh, thanks, John. Appreciate it. You're the guru when it comes to the trivia. I think you got all the questions right. Of course, there weren't a lot of people on the live stream, but you can watch the replay anytime. And I did 4 trivia questions, and you can answer in the comments when you watch the replay. You should put Southeast in your YouTube title. Might help with audience where you are. Yeah, but if I travel, the whole purpose of saying Asia rather than like Gio in the Philippines to begin with, because that's where he lived. When I moved to the Philippines and was going to do this channel, I thought about that, but I thought, no, because I want to travel all over. And so I just did Asia. So, I'll travel to Japan probably next May, and I'll probably do some videos there. Malaysia. I like to go to China. So it's just not Southeast Asia. It's all over Asia. So I don't know if that hurts the algorithm any, just the name itself. I think they look more at the title of the video, the thumbnail, the description, and the little bit of the tags. I think they look at that more than the name of my channel. But I appreciate the comment, Beaver Hunter. I like that. 1 year extension is what I'm going for after the initial 90-day no. Okay, very good. So the $65,000 deposit for a year while in ED. I haven't gone the full year yet, so I don't know if it would have worked or not. I just decided just to do the 800,000, and but when I had to go and get my bank book printed out from my bank before I went to the agency, the visa agency, and I asked the lady when I got there. I go, I said I'm changing from my education visa to a retirement visa. When I renew in 12 months, will the money I'm depositing in my bank account through Wise, will that count as the requirements for the 12 months of 65,000 baht per month? And she said yes. She goes, but I have to come in and get they'll print me out a certified or certificate of deposit or something, whatever, that proves that I was making those deposits from a foreign country. So anyway, so it should be, so next year when I renew, it should be fine. I just didn't want to wait any longer. I didn't want to spend, what was 16.5 and another 20,000 in 1 year to get my visa. So I thought, well, I'll save a little money and do it that way. So anyway, yeah, so I didn't do I didn't do the 12 months of the 65,000 yet. That won't happen until after November. November will be the 12th month of this year. So anyway, any other questions on that? I mean, I'm an open book, guys. I'll answer almost every question that you ask. Almost. Like I said, I don't get into my personal life too much as far as the dating thing. I kind of keep that separate from my YouTube channels because I've seen too many YouTubers put their girlfriend or wife on their streams or on their YouTube channel, and things go south, and then the channel gets really wonky. So I'd rather avoid that than have to deal with it, with the aftermath. Because I don't have a great track record, guys. If I had a good track record with relationships, I'd still be married, you know? Every relationship I've had has ended. So it's like, what is that quote Brad Pitt has in Moneyball? It's like, if you lose the last game of the season, nobody gives a shit. That's me. You can have the best romances, the best relationships ever, but if it ends in breakup, then nobody cares, right? But anyway, but that's where my visa is right now. So I should get it back. I should get my visa or my passport all stamped and ready to go by Thursday. I think they said I went in last Thursday, and so it'll be next Thursday. It should be ready to go to immigration, and they'll take me or meet me at immigration. They'll walk me right up to the front, and everything will be good. And I'll get my stamp, and I'll be good for a year. Now, Gio did it a little different because he didn't have a non-O. He was on the visa-free entry, the 60 days. So when he signed up, he had to do the 3-month first, and then after the 3 months, he'll get a 1-year retirement visa. Since I'm already on a non-O, I didn't need to do the 3 months, so I'll just go right to the 1-year retirement visa. So I'm a little ahead of the game in that. Let's see. What else is going on? Talked a little bit about my new music channel. It's mostly 80s music, some 70s. I played, let's see, this one I premiered this morning. I played Swingtown by... I think it was Swingtown by Steve Miller Band. It was either Swingtown or Jet Airliner, but I played some Steve Miller Band and stuff like that. So do you plan to stay in Southeast Asia into your elder years? And how do you plan to deal with senior care? Well, I'm already in my elder years, Ted, so I'm a little late for that. Yeah, I have no problem. And the thing I like about Thailand is they actually have senior health care. So there's some, I don't want to call them nursing homes, but like assisted living facilities in Hua Hin, which is a really cool little laid-back beach town south of here, about 3.5 hours south of here. I've looked into there, checking in there, and it's almost like a villa, and it doesn't feel like a retirement village, or it doesn't feel like a assisted living, but they do have medical care available 24 hours a day. But the cost per month isn't much more than what my budget is now. And it includes everything, including meals, your place where you live, and they have got nice apartments. So that's right now, that's my thinking is, when I get to that point in life, if I don't have a woman to take care of me, then I will look at that option. And that, to me, looks like a better option than going back to the U.S. and having somebody take care of me there. That just doesn't seem like it's going to be cost-effective for me. Are you following up with Wise? Cal put out a couple of vids on it. I'm near applying for the DTV. But if I keep my home address, I should be fine with all banking without being able to get Thai bank account. So my Wise account is, I transferred it to my Thai address. But I don't think I'll have any issues because the money I transfer is from my Social Security. So it's not taxable. I went into the Revenue Department this past March when I did my taxes, and I asked them. I told them, it's like I have a small income through my YouTube channel that's registered in the U.S., and that money goes to my U.S. bank account. I'm retired and have Social Security that I transfer from my U.S. bank account to my Thai bank account. That's the only money I transfer is from my Social Security. I said, do I have to pay taxes on that? And he told me no. And I said, do I need to? Because went and got a TIN. I got a tax identification number just in case. And they sent me across the hall to talk to this guy about taxes. And I said, do I need to fill out my taxes here in Thailand? And he said no. I should have gotten in writing because you just never know. But from what they told me, I didn't have to. So, but I don't think the WISE thing is going to be an issue for me, but we shall see. Because when I transfer my money in, it automatically transfers in bot anyway because it goes right to my bank account. I don't transfer it to my WISE account first and then to my bank account. To my Thai account. I transfer it directly from my U.S. bank account to my Thai account using WISE as the mediator, so to speak. So I have an account. I have a WISE account. I have a WISE card, and I could transfer money into that, but I don't. So from what I understand, what Cal was saying is now money transferred into that WISE account, if it's a Thai WISE account, if it's registered in a Thai address, it automatically is converted to Thai bot, which is fine because that's what I'm doing anyway. So I don't know that it's going to be an issue for me, but you never know what's going to happen. Things change on a dime here, and I will keep a sharp eye on it. Worst comes to worst, if the 65,000 baht every 12 months doesn't work out the way I want, I'll just put the 800,000 in again, and then I'll move it out when it's, after that 2 or 3 months or whatever. But anyway, so yeah, those were good videos that Cal did, and but I think they rose more questions afterwards than before. But that's not Cal's fault. That's just what's going on with WISE and what's going on with Thailand. But yeah, so my WISE account is registered here at this address in Thailand. I'm really tired today, guys. I didn't sleep well last night. We had a really good storm, though. Like I'm sitting on my couch, and all of a sudden I see this lightning flash, and the thunder was right after it. It struck right outside my condo. It was loud. It had a couple of those, but it rained pretty good. And I had the windows open, I had my balcony door open. It was really nice breeze coming in for a while, but then the rain started coming in, so I had to shut everything up. But that didn't keep me up. For some reason, I woke up at like 2:30 or 3. It was like, it was probably 2:30. I woke up, and I could not go back to sleep. So I just ended up getting up. So I've been up. I went to bed at 10. So I've got about 4 hours sleep. So after this live, I'll probably grab lunch and then take a nice long nap. So we'll see how long I can last. Hello, JJ from Arizona. Hey, thanks, David. Thanks for joining this morning. How's things in Arizona? Let me see. It's probably, let's see. What is it, 8 o'clock there? 7 o'clock? In the Saturday evening? 7:25 or 8:25, something like that. I can never remember if Arizona's in Mountain Time or Pacific Time. But I do love Arizona. I love the Tempe, Phoenix area. That's a really nice area. 7:26. Okay, cool. What else is going on, guys? What's on your mind? The weather is changing. We're just getting into the rainy season here now. A little early. Usually it doesn't happen until the end of May. It's usually pretty hot until then. But we've had a couple of days here of rain. And the neat thing about the rainy season here, it doesn't rain all day. It rains for a couple hours in the early evening or overnight, and then it's pretty much done, and then we're good. But it cooled down really nice last night. So I think we're done with the 40 plus centigrade or 100-degree Fahrenheit weather for the rest of the season, hopefully. Who's your favorite go-to YouTuber every day in Thailand? Oh, gosh. I usually watch Cal. I watch his videos when they come out. Let's see, who else? Once in a while, I'll watch Patty Doyle, depending on where he's at. He does a lot of these adventure-type videos. So I'll watch if it's a place that's like interests me. I'll watch his videos. Keys One, I'll watch him. Gosh, who else? I don't watch a lot of other YouTubers really. Now that I live here, I watched them a lot before I moved here because I wanted to find out about Bangkok and about Thailand. So I did watch more than like Retired Working for You. I watched him, but not so much anymore. So I guess I don't have a lot of favorites. But it just kind of depends what comes up on my feed, on my recommended, and if it's something that looks like it would be interesting, I would be interested in. So, question: do you have water delivered, or do you have a local water machine you use? I order my water through Lazada. I get the big jugs. It's about that big. I get 2 of them for like 100 baht, and then once in a while they'll have a deal, an add-on. You get the smaller bottles. You can get like 6 of them for like 40 baht or something like that. So I'll order through Lazada and they'll deliver it right to my condo. And it's usually here within 3 or 4 days. So when I start getting low, I'll do that. I could run right across the street to 7-Eleven and grab water if I wanted to. I don't have room really for those big jugs with the dispenser. I really don't have a place to put that anywhere, I don't think. No, there's really not a place to put that. I guess I could put it over here by the door, but it's not a big deal. I mean, I go through one of those big jugs a week probably, and it's mostly just for my coffee, and sometimes I put it in like a dish, heat up food, make soup or whatever. But yeah, that's how I order it. Let me see. At Beaver Hunter. Oh, JJ, Geo, Cal, and Eager Expat. Okay, cool. That's a good group of guys there. Greetings from Udon Thani. Oh, nice. How's the weather up that way? Are you kind of in the mountains there? Or is it cooler there, Dr. Zombie? All my favorites too. Yeah, cool. The Philippines has the reputation for lying, scamming, and begging. How does Thailand compare? I don't think it's that bad here. I mean, I suppose there are elements of that here, but not to the extent as it is in the Philippines. I mean, if you walk on Lower Sukhumvit, you'll see beggars, but it's nothing compared to walking in Manila. The beggars in Manila are out of control. They'll walk right out in traffic and pound on your window if you're in a taxi or whatever, or a Grab. They see there's a foreigner, and they'll start pounding on your window. Little kids, like 8, 9 years old, pounding on your window trying to get money. It's dangerous, but it's overwhelming. And the homelessness in Manila is pretty overwhelming to look at. I'm sure they have that here in areas in Bangkok, but not to that extent, I don't believe. So, it seems like the bad characters are the foreigners here in Thailand. It's the foreigners that are the ones that are always doing stupid things, which is sad. And I've got a video coming out probably next week on the members page first that'll talk about So I read an article last week about it, and so I did a video on it about foreigners doing bad things and how the Thai government is going to crack down on that. So that'll be good in one respect, but also now we all have a target on our back. You know, now it's like if one foreigner does bad things, everybody must do bad things, right? So we got to be careful. But I got a video coming out on that in a little bit. So it's still hot here, cooler with the recent rain. Yeah. Well, stay cool and dry. JJ, have you ever thought of doing a food budget video eating only at 7-Eleven for a week? That would include any fun dates you have for that week. I think it would be a fun and interesting video to do. Yeah, maybe. I might do that. I could do that. That would be easy. I could, let's see, 7 days at 7-Eleven. If I could live off 7-Eleven food for a week for under 1,000 baht, that would be the ultimate. I could easily do it for under 1,000, but maybe like 7 days at 7-Eleven for 700 baht. You know, make it the sevens, the trifecta. That might be interesting. I might have to do something like that. That could be fun. I don't know if my stomach could handle 7 days at 7-Eleven, but if I did 3 meals a day, I'd be doing the toasties in the morning, and I don't know. Those burgers aren't too bad, and they got the other Thai food too, but you can get some pretty spicy stuff at 7-Eleven. So, yeah, might not be a bad idea. We'll have to check that out. It would definitely be cheap, and I need cheap this month because I spent a lot of money. So, and it's not on dates either. It's on the Visa and the bank account and all that stuff. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe this would be the best week to do it to save some money. You would save money on a date. Yeah, even more so if the date was the cashier. 7-Eleven, all in good fun. Yeah, I don't know if I would have a second date with someone if I took her on a first date to 7-Eleven. That might be a little too cheap, Charlie, but you never know. To go back to these local YouTubers, it seems like the YouTube community here in Thailand and specifically Bangkok are a little nicer than the ones that I've come across in the Philippines. It seems like the Philippines, they just want to hurt each other. They just want to, they see one YouTuber doing well and it pisses them off, and so they attack them. And it seems like that happens more and more all the time. I'll get YouTube suggestions on my recommended page, and it'll be Philippine YouTubers, and it's always negative about another YouTuber. And I can't think of the guys' names, but there's a few of them that you probably know who I'm talking about. But there's a few of them there that they'll just, their whole channel is dedicated to one other YouTuber. For some reason, they don't like this guy, and they'll just attack him relentlessly. Like every other day, they'll post another video about it. But it's not just that guy. It's a bunch of YouTubers, and most of them live in either Dumaguete or Angeles City. It seems like it's either one of those two places that the bad YouTubers are there, and they're attacking other YouTubers. And it's just ridiculous. And I don't see that at all here in Bangkok or in Thailand. Now, there may be some that aren't showing up on my feed that I don't know about. But for the most part, most of the YouTubers here, they get along pretty well with each other, I think. And there's never been I've never seen a video from one YouTuber here in Thailand dissing or being negative toward another YouTuber. I haven't, at least. I don't know. Maybe you have. Let me see. Mark says, we've been experiencing live funk, soul, blues, rock, and roll, and acoustic music, and found some terrific clubs. Mojo Music Lovers Club, Saxophone Pub, Smiling Tiger, Rocks on Saturday night. Smiling Tiger or Laughing Tiger? Laughing Tiger has live music. I've been there. Saxophone Pub I've been to. I've not been to Mojo Music Lovers. The new one that we found was it's a new bar. It's called Natural Mystic Live Music Bar, and it's on Procanong, off the Procanong BTS, just past Sukhumvit 71, and it's got really good live music. We were there last Friday, and the band is. They know us now, so every time we request a song they don't know, they go back and learn it, and then the next week they'll play it for us. So it's a lot of fun. It's a 6-piece band, got a male and female vocal, drummer, keyboard, guitarist, and bass player, and they do a pretty good job. And it's just a nice vibe. But that's our latest hangout on Fridays. Let's see. Gio was saying the Filipina P is making 10,000 US a month. I wouldn't doubt it. That might be a low estimate because she's got that Patreon page, so she's getting AdSense money on her videos. But I bet most of her money is coming off that Patreon page. Yeah, she's got over 100,000 subscribers. Chill EDM clubs, including Bar Temp, 12 by 12, were super fines for melodic and glitch. Oh, cool. I can take a little bit of EDM music, but after a while, it's like it kind of gets monotonous, and I need to rest my eardrums. Dr. Zombie says, I'm 48, disabled, and retired early. Been a fan since you were in BGC. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, that was 3 years ago when I started this channel. I think it was almost 3 years ago. Not quite. Let's see, I started in 2023, like in June or July, something like that. So almost 3 years. Yeah, it's been a slow growth. I got in late. I should have. If I'd got in like during COVID, I'd probably have a lot more subscribers because that's where most of these YouTubers around Southeast Asia, they got in around COVID. When everybody was stuck at home and had nothing to do but watch YouTube, and dream that they would be in Philippines or wherever, and that's where all their subscribers came. So yeah, I joined too late. Filipino YouTubers always snipe each other, but they all love the P. Yeah, I guess they're afraid to say anything about her. Maybe. Have you heard of the Borderless Office USA guy? He did 30 Thai cities in 30 days series. Ooh, interesting to see the country from your couch. Great channel content. Yeah, I'm not that eager to travel that much. I'm not the adventurous type. I'm more of I love the convenience of the city, and I'll go around the city. But man, I'm done with bikes after my accident, so I'm not doing any bike trips across country or anything like that. Natural Mystic sounds worth checking out. Thanks for the recommendation. Yeah, absolutely. That band plays Thursday through Saturday or Thursday through Sunday, but they got other bands too throughout the week. I think they have live music every night. JJ, kudos to you for having integrity and an overall informative and fun channel. Some other YouTubers that feed off negativity do little but provide drama. You're a great representative there. Thanks. I appreciate that, David. I try to stay above board. I try to keep it real, too, and sometimes people don't like it when you speak the truth. My last video is a good example. The trolls really came out after me for posting the truth about the Philippines being in the ring of fire and some of the natural disasters that happen, volcanic activity going on right now, earthquake happening this past week, typhoons, floods, landslides, you name it, brownouts, blackouts. I mean, there's a lot going on in the Philippines. And I just talked about those things, the reality of it, and that maybe that's why people are leaving the Philippines, expats are leaving the Philippines and moving elsewhere. And boy, they got on me. Either, I don't know if some of them were Filipinos that got bent out of shape. I get it, I get it. You love your country, but man, my country, the U.S., is a mess. And I admit it freely. And that's why I'm not living there right now, because it is a mess, and if you can't if you can't handle the truth, then yeah, you got some problems. But yeah, I mean, every country has its problems. I mean, Thailand has its problems too. But to me, at least, being an expat, they're minuscule in compared to the Philippines as far as how it directly affects me. So yeah, yeah, I got attacked pretty good, but that's okay. I can take it. I've got broad shoulders and thick skin. Usually, I just ignore it, or if they're really cruel, I mean, if they're just really nasty, I'll just block them. I don't care. It's my channel, my rules. If they get pissed because I block them, that's not my problem. So it's like just be nice. You can have an opinion. Everybody's got an opinion, and I accept opinions, but if you go over the top and be negative or not negative necessarily, but you're not being constructive in your comments. You're just attacking. That's not good. And if you say stupid things, then stupid things are going to happen to you, like getting blocked. So anyway, enough about that. But yeah, I've noticed that since I moved to the Philippines and started paying attention to YouTube channels there, that there's a lot of them that are negative toward each other, and it's almost like they eat their own. It's like, oh, one of them's attacking one guy attacks everybody. He doesn't care who it is. I think it's just his shtick, because I listen to it and he'll rant for like 5-6 minutes on one particular YouTuber, but most of the stuff he just makes up. He just makes it up on as he goes. It's not true. He did one on me, and it was everything he said was not true at all. He knows nothing about me, so it's okay. I mean, he doesn't have enough followers or viewers to really affect me any. So yeah, I just let him do his little rant, and I assume that other YouTubers he talks about, he's making that stuff up too, for the most part. I can't imagine he would know everything about every YouTuber in the Philippines. So, but anyway, that's his shtick. It's for entertainment, and that's how I look at it. So, but there's others that just go after one person. So, yeah, we won't mention his name, but okay. I didn't say it. You said it. But anyway, and I'll have his followers come to my channel and comment, so Grandpa sent me here. It's like, oh, good. I'm happy for you now. Yeah, you made a comment. That means the algorithm is going to be nicer to me. So Howard Stern did that without radio DJs years ago. Yeah, I mean, Howard Stern was, he was the kind of one of the original shock jocks. Yeah, he did all that stuff. His movie is pretty good, actually. You don't have to be a fan of Howard Stern. I'm not a super Howard Stern fan. I never listened to his programs. I do watch him now on YouTube when he interviews bands. That's the best part of Howard Stern, because he'll talk to an artist or a band, and they'll do music. They'll do some of their hits and stuff. That's good. But when he did the shock jock stuff, I was never really into that. But his movie was good, because it really tells the truth about moving up in radio when you first get started. It's pretty accurate for the most part. Problems, ha ha ha. Yeah, I love it here, but Thailand is decidedly disabled and friendly. Oh, really? Okay. So where are you now, Doc Zombie? Are you in BGC? Are you in the Philippines? I'm just trying to see why would you think Thailand is not disabled unfriendly, and I don't know. You're probably right. You would know more than me, but yeah, I would just like to know where you're at now. Dave in Florida. Hi, JJ. How are you doing today? I'm doing great, Dave. Thanks for coming on board. Appreciate it. What is that? I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry. U.S. is a total mess, the economy and everything else. Been trying to relocate to Bangkok, but need to sell off too much stuff, and nothing is selling. Yeah, I got lucky when I moved to the Philippines and I had to sell my stuff. I was renting a townhouse, and my landlord said he'd buy all my furnishings and just either rent out that townhouse as a furnished apartment or use it as a as property to what do they call that? Like a showcase or whatever. So he bought all my furniture. So I had very little stuff that I had to put in storage. So I got lucky because it probably would have taken me a year to sell all that stuff individually. I like your selection of songs on your radio channel. Oh, thanks, Smitty. Appreciate it. I have fun. It's a blast. Oh, you're in Udon. Okay. Oh, that's right. Okay, I'm sorry. I spaced out. Sorry about that. Yeah, because it's probably smaller than Bangkok, so that probably makes things a little more friendly for you than in Bangkok. Yeah, a lot of the sidewalks are smaller here, but it's worse in the Philippines. Unless you're in BGC, you can. The funny thing about the Philippines, and it wouldn't be funny for you, but they would have ramps up the sidewalk, right? It's like, oh, okay, that's nice. But as soon as you get up on the sidewalk, they've got a utility pole right in the middle of the sidewalk, so you couldn't get around in a wheelchair, even if you had to. So I don't know what the ramp purpose of the ramp is, because it defeats everything by putting a utility pole right in the middle of the sidewalk. And they do that here in Bangkok too, but not as bad because some of the sidewalks are a lot wider. But yeah, you can. I mean, I just on 24, I'll walk up to Sukhumvit Road, and there'll be people in wheeling strollers with their kid in it, and they have to go out in the street a couple of times to get around the utility pole. So yeah, I get you. I understand what you're saying. The first thing I noticed was that the sidewalks were not wheelchair friendly. Yeah, exactly. New York Jets fandom. I asked Gio earlier. I wanted to get your take on Hua Hin. I heard gated communities safe, also okay to stay in burning season. Florida here too. Yeah, so Hua Hin's a lot farther south. So I actually went down there in January because the air quality was really bad here. So I went down there for a couple of weeks to get away from that and clear up my chest. But yeah, it is. The air quality is a lot better. You're right there on the ocean. It's a nice beach. It's very quiet. They do have some adult areas, so if you're into that sort of thing, you've got that. But for the most part, it's just kind of a quiet community. As far as gated communities and safe, yes, they do. Farther away from the beach, they've got villas, gated community villas where you can rent pretty cheap. You'll have to get a vehicle though to get anywhere because it's kind of away from the main areas. So you're probably on a bike or a car, you're probably 10 minutes from the grocery stores or the malls or the beach. But if you're walking, you're probably a good 30 minutes. So you probably need to get something. But yeah, Hua Hin's a nice area. I like it. And it's good to get away during the burning season. Absolutely. Let's see. Is there a Tom Likas or Howard Stern type DJ there in Thailand? And what is the most popular genre in regard to Thai podcasts? I don't listen to Thai radio, like landline radio. I don't listen to any Thai music podcasts or anything like that. The music you hear at the bars and that sort of thing vary depending on where you're at, which bar you're at. But you can hear anything from the 70s on up to current. And so it's nice to walk into a bar and you're hearing 80s or 90s music or even 70s. So, yeah, I like that. That's the fun part. Music scene's really good. The live music scene's excellent here. Seems like everyone has a YouTube channel now. One guy recording video did a complete circle. Must have been four others doing the same. Do most of your local expat friends doing the same? I've got two guys I know pretty well living here that do YouTube channels. Gio, and he's been doing it long before me. And then Eager Expat Joe, and he was doing it. I think he started about the same time I did, but I didn't know him until I started visiting Thailand. And then there's I got a friend in that lives in Dumaguete, Valencia area, and he's got a startup channel. But and I don't ask me what the name of it is because he keeps changing it, so I can't keep up. But yeah, so I started. I'll tell you why I started my channel. So when I moved to the Philippines in March of 2022 for a job, I was hired to start up an Asia department or Asia division for an online university. And so they had never been in the Asia market before. So on my evenings or on my days off, I would go out and I would videotape what it's like being in BGC and being in Manila or being in the Philippines. And I had this YouTube channel. It wasn't really a channel, but you know, when you register for YouTube, you got to put your name on there. So I had this YouTube, and so I would post these videos on my YouTube channel as unlisted, but I would put the link. I would send the link through our team contact, and so everybody back in the States could watch the videos so I can show them what it's like living out here in Southeast Asia. Well, I did that, and then after a year, my contract ended, and my job ended, so I retired, and I got bored. So about 4 months into my retirement, I thought, well, I've got this YouTube thing going on. Why don't I just make it public and keep doing that, keep showing videos of what I'm doing around Southeast Asia. So that was the incubus, that was the beginnings of my channel and how things got started. My first video actually that I posted public was my trip to Ho Chi Minh City. So, and that was I think that was June of 2023. I want to say maybe. Are you going to have more free time now? I saw your new video visa. I will for now, but like I said earlier, I'm going to do private tutoring either once or twice a week. So that'll kind of make up some time with this other channel, this live music or this music channel I'm doing. That takes up about 10 hours a week of my time. So that will be something. And I've got plans to do other things. I do the driving range, the golf on Saturdays for 2 hours. I'll probably start doing that maybe another time during the week. Maybe twice a week I'll do the driving range. I want to start actually golfing. And I got some other plans too. I want to brush up on some of my musical abilities. So I think I might take some private lessons in a couple of instruments. So that's kind of my plan moving forward. That'll be kind of maybe in a couple of months or later this year, I'll start revising that. So the sidewalks alone are minefields. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. I'm not in a wheelchair, but I have bad eyesight and bad balance. Yeah, I've got bad balance too. I fall down a lot. I remember Tom Likas. Yeah, I remember the name. I can't remember if I've ever listened to him, though. Hey, Bobby. Hello from Cafe Amazon. What's that? I don't know what the SD 1851. You're going to make me try to pronounce that. That's Saw. It's hard to, some of these, like this letter here, I don't know what that is because sometimes the printed letter or the consonant is different than the way I learned it in class, just depending on the font or the style. Like this one here is a L sound, so this is a vowel. That's a or ah, so this would be la. But like these, I don't know what those are. And this one, I'm not sure what those are. So it's hard to read depending on the style. So anyway, you do YouTube also. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Are you is your YouTube channel Dr. Zombie or there's a YouTuber. I think he's in Chiang Mai though. He's a he's a Thai, and I really like his channel, and I would really like to meet him and interview him. Um, but he does a lot of he talks about the Thai culture and things like that. And I can't think what his channel name is, but yeah, he's in Chiang Mai though, so that wouldn't be you. So, so you go by Dr. Zombie. What's your content? What's your channel content like? Seems like the non-Vietnam is just loaded now with YouTubers. I've seen that lately. Um, yeah, I'm kind of glad I don't live there now. I love visiting, but yeah, it's a small area, so it's kind of seems like there's more YouTubers there. Do you think Hotel California and Country Roads is the go to common songs you hear many places? Also, yes, Like Us was great. Not necessarily. Yes, yeah. Hotel California, Country Roads, Zombie. That's another one. Sweet Caroline. Those are your standards that almost every band in Thailand will play at some time or another. I'm trying to think of what others would be, but yeah, those are probably the top four. Like Us was the dad I never had. I focus on retiring to Southeast Asia as a disabled person. Oh, awesome! That's a good niche. Is your channel called Dr. Zombie? Is that your channel name? Is this the YouTube channel you use? Because I'll definitely the guys on now. Check him out if you want to. That would be neat to check his channel out. I always like to pay it forward. I owe a lot of my YouTube success to Evan from the Savvy Expat. He interviewed me on his channel when I first got started, and I probably gained 500 or 600 subscribers just from his interview on his channel. And then Gio in the Philippines, he interviewed me, and I got probably 400 more. I think that pushed me over that 1,000 to get monetized. Mark Thornton, Every Man Has a Story. He interviewed me on his channel. That helped. I got a couple of hundred subscribers from his interview. And then Cal recently, that's really helped. So yeah, anytime I can pay it forward, I'm more than happy to do so. Oh, that's your map location. Okay. So now we can dox you. You've been doxed on my YouTube channel. Do you take your W? Do I take my W? See, did I miss something here? What do you mean, Donnie? Do I take my W? I have a YouTube handle, but never posted. Right. That's what I was doing before. Was just going to be an outlet, but been everywhere already, so a little late to the game. That's never too late to start, you know. The new neighborhood, 4,000 baht a month. Wow. How far out are you from the main area in Bangkok? I would imagine you're pretty far out if it's only 4,000 a month. 4,000 baht, I assume you're saying, right? I could never read Thai. It has no resemblance to English at all. Yeah, it doesn't. When I first came here, it looks like you take a word and you put it in the mirror and it's backwards, and that's what it looks. That's what Thai looks like to me. It looks like backwards English. Will you miss your routine of attending your Sandy language school and the journey to and from? I won't miss the journey to and from because that could get a little hot at times because you have to work. You have to walk. Well, you don't have to. I guess I could take a bike or a tuk-tuk or something. But I walk about 8 minutes to the BTS here, and then it's about a 5-minute walk from the MRT to my school. So I won't miss that. I will miss the class in itself because the school is pretty cool. The instructors were really nice. So I'll miss that. But yeah, I mean, it's all. I'm kind of into that conversational. I'm not really interested in learning how to write Thai so much, because I think that will take a lot longer than another 4 months. But just having a conversation with somebody, a back and forth, like this morning, I went over and got some water at the 7-Eleven, and there's a girl in front of me, and she was a foreigner, and she was speaking to the girl in English, and I don't think the girl spoke English at the 7-Eleven counter. I walked up there and I said, Sawadi Kap, and she asked me if I had a membership. I understood that, and I said, my Kap, which no, I don't. And then she thought, since I spoke two things to her and understood her, she thought she could just blah, 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 blah in Thai. And so she started reeling off a bunch of stuff in Thai, and I just kind of smiled and nodded my head, took my change, and said goodbye. So, yeah, it would be nice to be able to understand a little more of Thai, to be able to do a little back and forth. So, yes, Dr. Zombie is my channel. Okay, guys, so check out Dr. Zombie's channel if you get a chance. It might be something that would relate to you. And, if it does relate, if you like his videos, you can subscribe and keep watching. Hey, Gio, thanks for coming on board. How was your live? JJ, do you have a favorite YouTuber? And do you think that Thai people have a different sense of humor than Americans? A little bit. I'll answer the last question first. I think Thai have a little bit of a different sense of humor. I'll tell you who has a completely different sense of humor, and that's Filipinos. I don't understand. If you watch, like I'll come across a short or a reel on my Facebook page of a Filipino, and I don't get their comedy at all. And they'll be talking, I'll be, if I'm in the Philippines or when I was in the Philippines, they'll say something and all the Philippines will laugh, ha ha ha, and it's like it makes zero sense to me. It's like I don't get your humor at all. But Thai's a little better, It's a little closer to the English humor, I think. Okay, favorite YouTuber. Let's see, I talked about this earlier. I like as far as YouTubers that I watched when I was planning on coming to Thailand, Cal, Retired Working for You, Patty Doyle. Those three are the main ones. Gio's on, so I got to say Gio. So, but yeah, Gio's here. Speak of the devil. Yeah, exactly. I can read small words like open, exit, etc. Just glad English is so prevalent. Yeah, as long as you're in the main touristy area of Bangkok, you won't have a problem. But yeah. And you know what? Riding the trains really helps in your pronunciation because you listen to how the announcer announces each station, and you can pick up on how to pronounce different words that way. I'm here to get recommendations on soapy massages. Well, wait a minute. I thought you were the expert on that. I've been retired living here in Mexico for many years, and I can speak some Spanglish. Yeah, exactly. I got lazy when I was in BGC in the Philippines because everybody pretty much spoke English pretty well right there in the bubble. So I didn't really take any time to learn a lot of Tagalog or Visayan or anything like that. I kind of regret it now, but I didn't want to make that mistake here. I wanted to purposely start learning some Thai. I'm outside of the transportation loop. Well, MRT and BTS wise. Okay, I can take a Bolt or bus to the Silam yellow line. Okay, so you're kind of close to Silam. How many? If you had to walk it, how many minute walk would it be to Silam, to the MRT? If you had to do that walk. I don't want to live anywhere that it's more than 10-minute walk to any train. That's just too much of a hassle. So is learning to write Thai much more difficult than speaking it? Yeah, I think so, because here's the thing. You've got 44 consonants, but each consonant has a definite sound, but there's you can have up to 5 or 6 consonants that have that same beginning sound. So if you're writing, you don't know which consonant to use. Say if you wanted to spell, if you wanted to spell let me think of a good example. If you wanted to spell, just say cow, like rice, cow. If you want to spell that, it's a K sound, right? Well, there's like 6 consonants that start with that K sound. Now I know how to spell cow, so I know which consonant to use. But if you're not, but that's just an easy example. But there's others that, you know, it's like if it starts with a K, what consonant do I use to use that K sound? There's like 5 or 6 of them. Or S is another one. Or T is another one. Or F is another one. So even with 44 consonants, there's probably less than half of those, half the sounds in those consonants, because you've got several that use the same sound. I don't know if I'm making any sense to you guys or not, but that's why it's easy to read, because if I'm reading it, I can see what consonant that is. I know what the sound is, and then followed by the vowel, so I know how to make that consonant sound differently depending on the vowel. If you're writing it, as a whole different thing. So I'm not so worried about the writing. Sorry, Gio, I don't do those anymore. The taxes were killing my face, I guess. Patty Doyle is still in Thailand. Yeah, I just saw him the other day. He lives right here on 24, but he's moving. They bought a house. He just got married. I just saw him the other day. Talked to him for a little bit. But he travels. He does. Watching his videos is like watching the Discovery Channel. They're so well produced, and they're long. They're like an episode. I could never do anything like that. I just don't have the patience or the skill, and I'm just lazy. But he does a great job. He's still in Thailand. I tried once, Bobby, a bit expensive. You guys talking to soapy massages here? When I was in Thailand, I was lucky to know how to say Sawadee Ka or Kap Kun Ka. Now, are you male or female? Because if you're male, you're saying that wrong. Females use ka at the end. Males use krap. So Krap, basically. So if you're a male and you want to say hello, you say Sawadee Krap. If you're female, you would say Sawadee Ka. Doesn't matter who you're talking to, male or female. It's what you're saying, whether you're male or female. So there you go. Quick little lesson for you. Not a lot of English in Udon, Tawny. Yeah, I can imagine. I would probably be pretty lost there. When I was living in Samut Prakan, there wasn't a lot of English spoke there. So I was lucky enough to be at these local restaurants where they actually had the pictures of their food, so I can just point to the picture of that. Oh, that looks pretty good. I'll order that. So, but yeah, I can imagine it's probably the same. Hey, Victor, Jump Cat. Hey, JJ, great catching up with you and Gio in Bangkok and grabbing a couple of beers. Definitely coming back again and maybe staying longer next time. Thanks, Victor. Thank you for the 100,000 dong. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Let's see, where are we at here? Not a lot of English. Okay. So Thai is a tonal language. Yeah, totally tonal. There's 5 tones. There's rising. So if I were to say cow, I could say cow, which is a rising tone. There's a falling tone, which is cow. I'm sorry, I got that wrong. There's a high tone, which is cow. There's a low tone, which is cow. Rising tone is cow. A falling tone is cow. And then there's a middle tone, which is cow. So I told this story once before. It helps if you're musically inclined, or at least a little bit, and not tone deaf. We had a guy that was tone deaf in our class. So when the instructor would say, cow, 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 and then he would repeat it, he would go, cow, 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 cow. it would be the same. So the poor guy, he was tone deaf, I'm sure. It helps if you understand music a little bit because then you'll understand the tones a little more. So I need the BTS in a grocery store within 500 meters of my condo. Yeah, absolutely. And medical facilities too, at least semi-close. They say German is a guttural language. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know what guttural would be, but there's a lot of haken, hooken, haken when you speak. You're like spitting up loogies, like ich liebe dich. Was ist los? But anyway, yeah, German's different. The best way to learn, but German is what do they call that? The I don't know if it's called English lettering or it's a Roman lettering, I think it's called, or something. So it's easier to learn the language if it's printed if the alphabet is the same as, the English language. So the best way to learn a language is almost being forced to use it and not worry about how stupid you sound. Exactly. And that's the problem I had to begin with. I was afraid to use it in public. And when I did start to use it, it was always, I would say it, but I wasn't using the tones right. So they would look at me and then they would figure out what I'm trying to say, and then they would repeat it in English. But I'm getting better. Yeah, if you watch some of my videos, you'll see I've tried to use the language a little more. I know cause female. Sawadee krap for a man. Absolutely. Is it farang or farang? So you have to roll your R. I can't roll my R. So a lot of people will say falang, but I say farang because I can't roll my R's. But if I could roll my R's, it would sound more like farang, but I can't roll my R's, so I'm screwed. But if you spell it phonetically as Farang, but it's pronounced with a rolling R, so it sounds like an L. For those of us who are wanting to come there, what was the culture shock like for you, and what was it like adjusting there, and how familiar are you with the English teaching there? I'm not at all familiar with the English teaching. I never really looked into it. The culture shock wasn't great, or it wasn't bad. I mean, because I'm in Bangkok. I'm in central Bangkok, so there's a lot of foreigners here, a lot of expats, and most everybody speaks English, or at least good enough English to get by. And I'd been visiting here since 2023, so I kind of knew what to expect. When I moved from the U.S. to the Philippines, well, the first time I visited the Philippines was in 2020 or 2015. And that was the culture shock, because when you're in Manila, you see all the homeless people and you see all the beggars. And I was not used to that. I was not prepared for that. But you don't see a lot of that here, at least in this area in Bangkok. You see some beggars, but they're not overboard. They're not overt like they are in the Philippines. They're very sedate. They're sitting, underneath an overpass, underneath the BTS overpass or steps or something like that. So they're not coming out and grabbing you. Those are the lady boys in the adult district. Those are the ones that'll come out and grab you. Those are the ones you got to look out for. That's the culture shock that you need to look out for. The lady boy culture shock. Lots of pointing for me too. Yeah, exactly. I like that. I want that. And then, it's kind of a crapshoot whether you get it looks good on the picture, but maybe it's not. I have not had a bad meal since I've been here. I will say that. For 7-Eleven membership, use the app or apply in store with your Thai phone number and a passport or Thai ID. Enter your phone number when you check out, and you can get discounts and sometimes free stuff. Oh, cool. Yeah. I don't know how much the discount is. I never have my passport with me, and I don't have a Thai ID, so I never think about it. But I do have so there's a pharmacy right down the street that I use, and I do have a membership there, and it's not a lot. I mean, maybe 3 to 5% off or something like that, but sometimes it adds up okay. I think it depends on what the medication is that I'm getting. Wow, that sounds really difficult to learn Thai. Um, it can be. I mean, I don't know. I'm old. I'm an old guy, and I'm doing okay. I think if you're younger, the younger you are, I think the better it is to learn. I think the easier it is to learn, just because I've fried so many brain cells in my life. Let's see. I need a new phone, but going to wait till I get to Bangkok. I heard that it's best to buy local because it already comes with downloaded popular apps. Your thoughts? Um, I haven't bought a new phone here, so I couldn't help you on that. I don't know. Gio probably knows. He's bought a couple of phones here, I think. I bought a phone, but it was a used phone. It was a refurbished phone. I bought it at MBK Mall, and it's been great. And but there weren't any apps on it, I don't believe. I think it was all pretty much clean, factory cleaned. But it was unlocked, so I can put anything on it and put my SIM card in it. Getting the Rabbit card makes SkyTrain even more convenient. They can be purchased at entry booth with your passport or Thai ID. Yeah, it's great. I use my Rabbit card all the time, and it's I could probably get a new one if I show my ID and get a senior one. You get a little bit of a discount, but it's so cheap to ride the trains anyway. But anyway, it's 100 baht to get the card, and then you have to pay cash, and then you just top it up to however much you want to put on it. I put 1,000 baht a time on it, and that usually lasts me almost a month. And then when I get under like 200 baht, I'll up it. The key is, if you need to get a Rabbit card, or if you need to up it, top it up, go when it's not busy, because you don't. First of all, you don't want to have to stand in line. That's the reason you buy the Rabbit card to begin with, so you don't have to stand in line. But you don't want to have to stand in line when it's busy to top up your card, and it takes a little longer than just buying a pass. So you don't want to piss the people off behind you because you're waiting, because they're waiting for you to get your card topped up. So go in the off times, in the evening or midday when there's not a lot of traffic. Yes, the ladyboys in Pattaya were a bit on the aggressive side. Yeah, they can be. I pissed off a ladyboy one time. I was walking down 22, and there's a bunch of massage parlors when you walk down 22, and I walked by one that was a ladyboy massage, and they go, "Hey, where are you from?" And and they go, "Oh, massage." And I said, "No, thank you." And she grabbed my arm, and I pulled it away, kind of aggressively. I pulled it away, and she got pissed off at me and started yelling at me, and I just kept walking. It's like, "Hey, you're the one who touched me, man. I mean, dude." I mean, hello from Kalinga, Luzon. Reaching 100 Fahrenheit next 3 days here. You're up north, aren't you? Are you northern Luzon, Kalinga, or are you southern Luzon? And what's going on with the volcano there in southern Luzon? Any updates on that you can give us? I miss that little ding dong sound every time you enter 7-Eleven. Yeah. Hi, welcome. Ding, ding. Hi, welcome. Can you imagine working there and hearing that every 3 seconds? That would drive me crazy. For a newbie, how should I order my Thai curry? Well, how spicy do you want it? Hang on, I got to shut off my tracker. It always tracks me with my face right in the center, so I got all this dead space above my head. Okay, that's better. How spicy do you like your curry? If you like it kind of middle range, you can say need noi, which is a little bit. If you like it really spicy, you can say Pedmak or Pedmakmak, or very, very spicy. Um, but yeah, if you can do the chili, like like if you want it a little spicy but not super spicy, you can say two chilies or three chilies or something like that. Or you don't want it spicy at all, you can say my ped, which is no spice. So it just kind of depends on what you're. When I first came to Thailand, I had the first spicy meal I had was tom yum goong, and it was. I mean, I think my head was on fire. It was so hot. I thought I was going to have a brain aneurysm, but it was so good I couldn't stop eating it. And but I think I've gotten used to it now. So now I order everything I order is pedmak or pedmakmak, and they'll look at me like, "Are you sure?" It's like, "Yes, I'm sure." Um, so I'll get it really spicy, and it doesn't really bother me. I just always have water with me just in case, because sometimes that first bite you got to get used to it. But yeah, um, do foreign credit cards work for the MRT? I think they do. I've never used my foreign card. I just use my Thai bank card on the MRT. So you can tap it, but it's Visa and MasterCard. So I would think it would work as long as your card is, as long as you've contacted your bank or your credit card company and told them that you're in Thailand or in Southeast Asia or whatever, and you're going to be using your card, so they don't lock it if you try to use it. But I think it probably works. Maybe somebody else would know that's on here that's tried it. I've never tried it. I've always used my Thai bank, so I don't know. I had a ladyboy stick her knee in my crotch on the street in Pati at 2 a.m. Ouch. Did you return the favor? David, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Here's a donation towards your 7-Eleven fund. LOL. If not, much success to you there in Bangkok. Thank you, David. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, man. That's awesome. Let me see. Need Noi, a little bit. I remember saying that. Yeah, Need Noi. My ped would be no. Yeah, prick is a chili. And Num Plau is water, is regular water. So if you want to order like the regular 7-Eleven bottles of water, you would say Num Plau Yen. Num Plau is regular water. Yen is cold. But prick is chili. So you could say my ped, which is no spice, and yeah. So. Let's see. Foreign cards work. I thought they would. I would think they would, as long as your bank okays it, right? Thanks, William. Yeah, thank you so much, William, for clearing that up. Yes, we are extreme northern Luzon, south of Ilicos Norte, and waiting for the big eruption of Mayon volcano, pre-evacuation now. Oh wait, so you're in northern? I thought Mayon was in southern Luzon. Maybe I'm all wrong. I don't know. Hey, Dr. Zombie, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. Yeah, you're welcome for the plug. Hopefully it helps your channel. How many subscribers do you have? Maybe you don't need help like I do. I really did love the Thai people. They're so nice. Yeah, I think so too. I think they're some of the nicest people I've met here in Southeast Asia. I think they're more authentic than some of the other countries I've been to. I think they're more genuine. So yeah, I agree with you. The Thais are so great at hospitality. Yeah, I agree with that. Absolutely. Hey, we're all caught up in chat. Let me take a drink here real quick. Hang on just a second. All right, what else is going on, guys? Big Al in the Philippines. Hey, thanks for coming on. Yes, Mayan is far south and doesn't affect. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I thought it was. There was a volcano that erupted recently in Indonesia, and they had some tourists with a guide, and it was an active volcano, so there was an area that they couldn't pass. Well, this guide took them past there. A couple of guides took these people past, and it erupted. I saw a video on it this morning. It erupted, and I think there were like 10 or 20 tourists that were up there, and 3 of them ended up not making it down alive, and they had to go back the next day for their bodies. So yeah, it's serious stuff, guys. Volcanoes are serious stuff. This area is just wrought with them. And I thought the Philippines had a lot of volcanoes, but I guess Indonesia has more active volcanoes. Philippines has like 24 active volcanoes, but I think Indonesia has more. 20 subscribers. Nobody watches me. Okay, well, we'll change that. We'll change that for you. Okay, guys, there's your assignment. Go to Dr. Zombie. Check his channel out. If it's something that you like, subscribe, and we'll see. We'll see if we can get you doubled. Okay, we'll double your subscribers. The Y signifies what? It's just it's a greeting. It's a gesture that shows respect. So here's how it's kind of a. So foreigners get it wrong a lot of times. They think it's mandatory, and it's really not. It's more of a hierarchy thing. So when you go to like if I go downstairs in the lobby and the lady at the desk, she'll give me a Y and say Sawadee Cup, and you could do the Y back if you want, but you don't have to, because she looks at you as being on a tier above her. Same with waitresses or waiters at restaurants or bars, same thing. But if you want, you can do the Y back. If you walk by a police officer, you can give them a Y. Monks, you can give them the Y. That Y, you go up to your forehead. So the higher the Y position is, the more respect you give to that next person. So elderly people, you would give Y to, but you don't necessarily have to do the Y back. You can, but you don't really have to. Let's see. So there's basically 3 positions. There's this one where you put your fingers to your chin, under your chin, and that's the basic Y, to like somebody that's level with you or the next level up in stature, I guess. And then you put one to your nose and then one on your forehead. That's the monks. And the monks you'll never see a monk Y back to anybody, because they're at the top of the pyramid structure. So they will never do the Y back to anyone. So there you go. There's your little lesson in Y. Know your Y. Were you in Bangkok when they had the earthquake? Actually, no, I was not. I was actually back in the Philippines getting my passport renewed. But I saw what happened, and when I got back to my condo, there was damage, because I was living in Samut Prakan at the time, and there was superficial damage, and they wanted to fix it, but I was out of the country. They couldn't fix it till I got back. So when I got back, they said, okay, we're going to fix your condo, but you have to move out. So they had a spare unit in the building that I had to move to. And then I just stayed there until I moved here in November. So, but yeah, I wasn't there. I probably that would have been scary, because I was on I was on the 22nd floor of my condo, of the building. So that would be, that probably would have been a little scary. I may have a completely different opinion of living in high rises if I'd lived through that, or had gone through that. Were you in Bangkok when they had their? Okay, yeah. So there you go. JJ, have you ever gotten tired of Thai food, especially if eaten every day? I suspect you need to take a break on occasion. Yeah, I'll probably eat Thai food 3 times a week, I would say on average. And then, yeah, sometimes if I do the too spicy stuff, I'd have to take a little bit of a break just to get everything back to normal. But yeah. How do you tote your clubs around to the driving range? One of our buddies, he just drives there and he just puts my clubs in his trunk. And so when he goes there, they will take the clubs out of the trunk and take it to where we will be doing where we'll be driving, what they call us bays, to the right bay. So I don't have to carry my clubs or anything. Just put it in his trunk. But if I want to travel or if I want to go golfing, I'll get them out of his trunk on those times. Here in Kalinga, the Chico River a few years ago had volcanic geysers in the river, but are all calm now. Oh, wow. That's crazy. That's so interesting. Yeah. Doctor, what's the name of your channel? Oh, it's on his... It's right there listed. It's Dr. Zombie 9799. So just type in at Dr. Zombie 9799, and his channel should come up in this picture. Let's see. That picture should come up. So you should be able to find him there. Do they rent left-handed drivers at the driving range? Do you know? I don't know. I am left-handed. I hit lefty, but I've got my own club, so I don't know if they actually rent them or not. I know when I was looking around in the pro shop, they had one set of left-handed clubs in the entire pro shop for sale. So, but I don't know if they rent them or not. I couldn't tell you. Probably at golf courses, probably, but maybe at the ranges, probably not. Let's see. Okay, thanks. I'm assuming there is a test if you want to go for a language visa there. No, there's no test. Because they assume when you initially get your visa, they assume you don't know the language, so they're not going to test it. But I was always worried getting my extensions that they would start talking to me in Thai, and I would have to reply in Thai, but they never did. The entire time I was on my education visa, they never spoke to me in Thai or anything like that. So no, there's no test or anything like that. No vocal, no verbal, no written test or anything. So you're good to go. All right, man, we've been going 1 hour and 34 minutes. This is flying by. I didn't realize we were going so long. No wonder my throat hurts. We'll keep going. We'll go up to the top of the hour if we're still having a good chat. It's fun to talk to you guys. It's fun when you guys ask the questions. Then I don't have to talk as much other than reading your questions, but I don't have to think as much. And at my age, thinking is a lot more difficult than it used to be, especially the lack of sleep. I got about 4 hours sleep last night. For some reason, I woke up at like 1:30 or 2, something like that, and I couldn't get back to sleep. So I just stayed up. Let's see. I think it's dangerous to drive a motorcycle in Thailand because of what the statistics say. Yeah, I'm part of those statistics. About 9 weeks ago, I got in a motorcycle accident in Hua Hin and fractured some of you probably know this already, fractured my scapula on the right side here and my shoulder. They didn't x-ray my ribs because my ribs didn't hurt at the time. Oh, and I tore up my rotator cuff too. But my ribs didn't hurt at the time. I told them, hey, my ribs hurt a little bit, but it didn't feel as bad as the rest of my body felt. So they said, oh, you probably just have bruised ribs. But they didn't x-ray the ribs. But to be honest with you, everything else is healed pretty well, except for the ribs. Those hurt. They still hurt, especially when I lay down. So I don't know if they were just bruised or maybe they were cracked. I don't know, because it's been 9 weeks, and they're just now starting to feel better. So, yeah, I effed up my whole right side of my body. No more bikes for me. I'm a statistic now. Let me see. In regard to social connections or dating, have you ever met a Thai woman that you were truly enamored and liked, but there was a massive language barrier before your present education in Thai? When I first started coming to Thailand, I met a Thai girl, and yeah, that's the problem. If they don't speak any English, you have to use your app. And at first, it feels novel. It's like, oh, this is cute, this is fun, but it gets tiring pretty quick. Now, I did meet a Thai girl when I first came here that she spoke English, and she spoke pretty well, but she was very soft-spoken. So if you're in a public place like a restaurant or bar where there's ambient noise around you, it was really hard for me to understand what she was saying. But she spoke very deliberately. So if she were to be reading this in English, she would be saying something like, in regard to social connections or dating, she would speak very slow and very deliberate, which was great because it helped me understand her English better. I don't know if I was that considerate speaking back to her. When you're used to speaking English or your native language or whatever, you just blah 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 blah, and you don't think about if the other person can understand what you're saying. So I probably made several mistakes, but she was very cute, very sweet. It was funny because we the first date we had, we ate at Incheon, which is on Sukhumvit 39, right on Phrom Phong. Really good local restaurant. And we're sitting outside, and I had pad krapao. And so I was eating rice, and I was using a spoon, I think, and the rice, one kernel of rice fell and landed on my shirt. And before I could even do anything, she swiped up a napkin or a tissue and snatched it right off my shirt. It's like, wow, she's on top of things. She's very caring. So that was one that got away, guys. So, yeah, but she was very sweet. That was one of my first experiences coming here to Thailand, to Bangkok. In comments, you can click the name, and it takes you to their channel, but in chat, it doesn't work that way. Oh, okay. Yeah, the live doesn't work. Yeah, in the comments, it does. Yeah, you're right. Have a good one, everyone. Time to water our garden. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Thanks, Big Al. So water, is that code for anything? Or you're literally going to water your garden? I'm just kidding. Have a good one, Big Al. Enjoy. Stay safe. It has nothing to do with how good a cyclist you may be. It could be someone else. Well, my problem is I hadn't driven a motorcycle in decades. And so my reaction time was too slow to avoid a pedestrian that was walking out in the street, and I clipped him and flipped the bike, flipped me. He was fine. In fact, he walked away. He probably thought it was his fault, and so yeah, but I got the worst end of everything. Big Al in the Philippines. Sorry, went to the bathroom. Thanks for covering, JJ. Hey, no problem. Thank God you're all right. Yeah, I'm on the mend, almost 100% now. I actually went out on the driving range, 3 weeks ago, and I hit the ball, but my shoulder still hurt really bad on the follow through. But yesterday I was able to swing, and it was very minimal pain in my follow through, but I didn't hit the ball well. I hadn't been working out for a long time, so I think I had a little muscle atrophy. So my distance was really bad. I wasn't hitting the ball very long, but oh well, it'll come back. Watering vegetable garden. Okay, very good. Just wondering, yeah. Okay, 140. We still got 36 people on. This has been a good show, good live, guys. Thank you for you guys to contribute. It really helps when you guys have something in chat. When you're very active in chat, that really makes things a lot easier for me. I can't even remember what I put down as what the topics were going to be today. Let me see if I'll look it up. I know I was going to talk about my visa changes. I talked about that earlier. I can talk about that again if you guys like. Um, let's see. What else was I going to talk about? Visa options here in Thailand. Why Thailand is a better choice than the Philippines. Oh, yeah. Plus, show number 2 in the books on my new channel. We talked about that. And anything else. Okay, very good. So, yeah. So I did a video that's doing really well. I talked about the natural disasters in the Philippines and why Thailand might be a better choice to move to instead of the Philippines. And other than the natural disasters, for me, it's like the infrastructure is better. Now, I got to preface this because I got attacked pretty good. People were really on top of me for hating on the Philippines. I don't hate the Philippines. The Philippines is great. I lived there for almost 3 years, but it's just not Thailand. There's just things about Thailand and Bangkok in specific that are better than anywhere in the Philippines, even in BGC. The infrastructure is better. The transportation options are better. The quality of the build of the condos are better. The furnishings here are better. The food is better. Cost of living is probably close to being about the same, but you get more bang for your buck here. So all those things weighed heavy on my decision to move here. Now, I will say dating is easier in the Philippines than here in Thailand, but I didn't move here for dating. That's an afterthought. I moved here because I love the city of Bangkok. I love the food, and I love the amenities. So that's why I moved here. Hang on a second. Sorry about that, guys. Had to sneeze, but that's why I moved here. So, but there's nothing wrong with the Philippines. You know, the Philippines might be your thing. That's great. You know, live in the Philippines. I don't mind because I did it for 3 years and I enjoyed pretty much the whole time I was there. It did get it weighed a little heavy on me after a while. You know, Geo coined it the death by 1,000 cuts, but and that can happen if you're not patient. But yeah. So yeah, David, you're right. The only bad thing about Bangkok, in my mind, is the air quality. But I read an article the other day about the Philippines air quality is really bad, and it's affecting youth. Can even affect it can get in their bloodstream and affect their brain growth. So it's not just Bangkok or it's not just Thailand that has issues with air pollution. It's all these underdeveloped countries or developing countries. So David says, in regard to pollution and the predominant use of motorbikes, do you think Thailand will eventually go all electric? I assume if that were to happen, it may take time for modified infrastructure. I would say about half of the taxis now are electric. So I see those, you see the old ones, they're the Toyotas. Those are still gas powered combustion engines. But there's these new, and I'm not sure what the brand is. I think it's a Chinese vehicle. It's got a G logo on the front. Those are all electric. And so I think they're eventually going all electric for taxis. I think the buses are going to go all electric eventually. And that's going to help a lot. There's a lot more electric vehicles in Bangkok than you'll probably see anywhere in the U.S., maybe even in Europe. I don't know. But yeah, there's a lot of electric vehicles here in Bangkok. So I think that issue is going to correct itself down the road. Where you get the problems with the TM air quality is in construction zones, because there's a lot of, I don't know whether it's, if the buildings that are coming down have a lot of maybe asbestos or something, but you can bring up your TM, what is it, TM 0.2 or whatever it is. You can bring those up, and you can bring up a map of Bangkok, and you can see where there's high levels. And most of those high levels are around construction areas or factories. So I think in the long run, they're going to address those issues, but I don't know for sure when that will happen. Thinking of moving to Hua Hin. I'm very laid back, but hard to leave Bangkok with everything it has. Yeah, I hear you. I may, down the road, when you get those 2 or 3 months at the beginning of the year where the pollution levels are bad here, I may just hang out in Bangkok for those 2 or 3 months. That might be the best way to do it. JJ, are you affected by the changes happening to Wise in August 2026? No, because my Wise account is already registered to my Thai address. So those changes that are coming aren't going to affect me, I don't believe. I think everything's going to be pretty much status quo for me. But you never know. Never know what changes might come. Agriculture burning is the main pollution problem in Thailand. Yeah, you're right. And the farther north you get, the worse it gets. And it's not just Thailand. It's Cambodia does it, Myanmar does it, Laos does it. All those countries do the burning. So, yeah, it can get really bad. So they need to address that too. Half the grabs I take in Udon Suk or Udon Thani are electric. Yeah, same here. The grab drivers, most of them are electric too, which is great. I would double check that because the changes are related to the Thai Wise accounts. From what I understood, the main change is when you transfer money out of your U.S. bank account to your Thai Wise account or your Wise account, and it will automatically convert into a Thai baht. Well, I don't use the Thai Wise account. I used Wise as a vehicle to transfer from my U.S. bank to my Thai bank. So it automatically converts to Thai baht anyway. So I don't think there's going to be an issue with that. I don't know. We'll see moving forward what happens, but it's already being converted automatically because I'm taking it right from my U.S. bank to my Thai bank, but I'm doing it through Wise, but I'm not parking it in my Wise account first. So we'll see what happens. Okay, then you should be good. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, but you never know. Right? It seems like they have these knee-jerk changes, and they think about it after they make the changes. So, but who knows what's going to happen? If not, if something goes wrong, I'll find another way to transfer my money. But that's why I have 2 bank accounts. I have 3 credit cards, and I have backups for everything. So as far as the pollution, best resolution is 3 cold beers followed by a Guinness and a Jägermeister. At that point, no one is thinking at all, including pollution. Kidding, of course, yeah. Hey, not a bad idea, though. I don't think I could do the Jaeger anymore. I used to do that in college, do the Jaeger bombs. Whew, that stuff. And I don't even like licorice, so I don't know why I was doing the Jägermeister, but oh well. I guess when you're in college, you do stupid things, so that was me. But yeah, I agree with the beers and the Guinness. I don't know if it's going to help the pollution or not, but sure make it a little easier to handle. All right, 10 till. We'll do 10 more minutes. We still got 36 on. We've kind of pivoted into pollution, or maybe we're pivoting into Wise, or maybe we're pivoting into beer. Who knows? Same here, no more. Yeah, I got you. Can you confer if anything changed at immigration because Gio on the go said that he was able to get a retirement visa while living in Thailand through an agent? I thought that had changed. No, you can get the non-O while living in Thailand. That's what I'm doing now. I'm canceling my education visa, or my education visa will cancel once I get the retirement visa, and mine will be 12 months. His is 15 because he had to do the the Thai or the free entry visa thing for 3 months first before he gets into the retirement. Me already being on a non-O or a non-immigrant visa, I should say, I don't have to do the 3 months. I can automatically go right from my education visa right into a retirement visa. So I'm saving money actually on that because I've already done that. I've already got the bank account opened and good. So my whole cost is 20,000 baht for the agency for everything, including the visa. So I'm in good shape. I use Remitly, not World Remit. Had no problems the last 7 years. Yeah, that would be something I would look into. I think I actually have a Remitly account, if I remember right. It's been a while, though. In Thailand, they talk for months or years about changes that never happened. Then, bam, overnight it gets done. Exactly, yeah. A lot of talk. Why do surrounding farmers burn off old crops? Is it that they don't have harrows that most Western farmers use at end of season? Yeah, they burn it to help fertilize the soil. It's an old-fashioned thing they've been doing for centuries. And, yeah, they don't have the modern technology to refertilize the soil like it would if it would burn it. Have you ever watched YouTube channel Farang Holmes? Yes, I have. She's really cute, isn't she? Yeah, I enjoy watching that. For a while there, I was looking at, they did a lot. They used to do a lot more rentals than they do now. Now they do mostly sale properties for sale, which being a foreigner, you can't really buy property. I don't really want to buy anything anyway, but she did a lot of units in Hua Hin that I really liked that were rentals. And when I was thinking about coming here before, I was watching that channel, and I may watch it again if I ever move, if I want to live in Hua Hin. If they have any rental properties there, I might check that out. That'd be kind of neat. So if I come on a tourist visa, I can convert to a non-O. Yeah. But you gotta have enough time. So you gotta know that you're going to do that, and go to the agency right away. So they've got enough time in that 60-day period, so you don't have to extend, or you don't have to leave and come back. So yeah, you need to make sure the timing's good. So the retirement visa is good for how long? It's 12 months. Mine will be 12 months, so I'll have to renew every 12 months. And if I leave the country, I'll have to get a reentry stamp every time I leave, so I can come back in on the same visa. Is that her name, Jim? G-I-M? Jim or Gim? Yeah, she's cute. Yeah, very cute. Sawadee-ka. She has a cute little voice. Retirement visas are good for 1 year at a time. Yep. JJ, since you lived in both Philippines and Thailand, why does the Philippines not have traffic lights and lack of transportation infrastructure? From what I have seen, many unnecessary traffic deaths. Yeah, I don't know, man. It seems like every time they allocate money for a project to help the infrastructure, some corrupt politician takes all the money, and then nothing happens. Like the flooding up north in northern Luzon, they had the river there. They had a project, billions of dollars or billions of pesos, to put into making these flood walls on this river, so it wouldn't flood all these cities along this river, right? Well, Bong Bong or Boom Boom or whatever the hell his name is, the president went up there to check the progress, and nothing was being done after like a year or so. So they looked into it, and come to find out, all the local politicians there were pocketing all the money, and they were driving around in brand new Mercedes and Lexus, and even their kids were driving new cars, and they had new phones and all this stuff. And it's like, what the heck? So I imagine that's why nothing ever gets completed or fixed or improved. But I'll get Filipinos on here, and they'll get on me and say, "Oh, you just hate the Philippines." It's like, no, I mean, corruption is corruption. Doesn't matter what country you're in. I mean, look at what's going on with the U.S. with all those daycares funneling money to other countries. I mean, corrupt government officials, no matter what country you're in. Cute Thai women. What are the chances? Time to check out that channel. Yeah, absolutely. You'll be stuck. You'll be watching it. You'll be binge watching every video from the last 2 years. I'm on a DTV, so I get 5 years. Right. Be careful though, because that might change. They've already been talking about how they rushed into that DTV visa without really thinking it out, because it's not real. It's really a tourist visa, and if you can only stay, is it 180 days, or you can extend another 180, but if you do that, then there's tax issues. So yeah, so that's so you did the soft power. So I went with the medical soft power since I need medical treatment. Okay, good. That's good. I saw that documentary. That would be better off to hire a Dutch civil engineering team to develop and install the waterway dike system. Unfortunate due to corruption. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's nuts. And I'm sure there's probably projects in other countries that are stuck under the same corrupt bubble, but I don't know. I'm on DTV2, but going to change soon. Always talk about changes or cancellations. Yeah, you just never know with the DTV what they're going to do. You know, they may either get rid of it completely or drastically change it, to change the rules, to change the regulations or the requirements. So who knows? I'm looking to retire in Pattaya. Do you have any visa agent recommendations in Pattaya? Let me look here. I think Gio had an agent there that he was going through. Now, I'm not going to, I won't recommend, because I haven't worked with this Pattaya group personally, but you can check it out and do your own research. Maybe talk to Gio. I'll let you know how my visa goes next week and how that went, and see if it goes okay when the time comes. I'll let you know how that worked. Let's see, where is it? He sent me that page. Where is it? Oh, here. I know how to find it. Massive Thai Bangkok Visa Services. That's the, I don't know if you can see. Oops, hang on a second. Massive Thai Bangkok Visa Services. That's their Facebook Messenger page, their Facebook page. So you can contact them through there. I think I'm pretty sure they've got a Pattaya location. Guys, hang on just a second. I need to go blow my nose. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Just had to blow my nose. It rained here last night, and so I got a little bit of a stuffy head. Let's see. Thanks, JJ. Hey, JJ, watching now from Da Nang. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Adam. Appreciate you watching. You and Victor. Victor's down there too. I don't know if you two have ever met, but he's down there now. One stop visa, Pattaya. Okay, all right. So check into that one too. Like and subscribe. Yes, I keep forgetting to ask you guys. Make sure you do that. Hit that like button if you haven't subscribed yet and you like our content. Please subscribe. I would appreciate that. And we're getting close to 18,000, inching our way there. But yeah, definitely hit that like button, that thumbs up. That helps the algorithm after this post, after the live. But yeah, check out that one-stop visa in Pattaya. Do a little research on that. Check the reviews. See how it goes. You skipped my question when blowing your nose. Uh-oh, what did I miss here? Where did I miss you? I don't see it. I don't see your question. Ask me again. Oh, wait, there's one up here. The last one I saw was why do surrounding farmers burn off old crops? I haven't seen a question since then from you. So post it again. I'll answer if I know. Yeah, I don't see anything else from you. Do you or many of your expat friends in Bangkok get lonely at times or deal with loneliness? I ask because it may be something that some deal with living overseas. Thanks. Yeah, I don't really get lonely. I've always been kind of a loner, lonely bull in Asia, So I like my lone time. But there are times, it's like, I'd like to go hang out with the guys or, whatever, and maybe they're not available. So sometimes you just don't have that opportunity to be around other people. But I can see where that could be a thing for somebody that is moving from another country where when they were in their home country, they're very close to family or they had some very close friends. That might affect them moving here, especially if they're moving here alone. With me, I moved so much when I was in the U.S. I lived in 8 different states, so I was moving all the time. So I never really got to a point where I had really, really close friends. So it didn't bother me to move from state to state. And so when I moved here, it didn't feel much different. And when I moved to BGC, that's very Western. So it was a real soft landing. So it felt like I was still in the U.S. basically. I mean, it didn't feel much different than me moving from one state to another. So personally, it didn't affect me, but I can see where it might affect other people. And what I would do is I would definitely look into groups, like social groups, networking. Maybe Internations would be a group to look into, or just Facebook groups where you can meet other people like that with same likes as you. That's what I would do if you got lonely. I would do that way. Right after William 1258 question. William 1258 question. I don't see it. Let me see. Maybe it. No, it's not there. Yeah. I don't see it, man. Ask me again, please, because I honestly, I don't see it anywhere here. Sometimes I don't have a moderator, but sometimes YouTube will flag and not show different comments in the chat because there's a word or something that they red flag, but it's not me. So maybe that's what it. So you might maybe spell it different. Try it again, but spell it different. See if it goes through that time. Have you been to Ayutthaya? No, I have not. Never really thought about it, but I might look into it. That was easy. These days, how often do you go back to the States? I haven't been back there for almost 3 years now. Has it been 3 years? 2 years for sure. 2.5 years maybe. I just haven't had the opportunity, and I was thinking I wanted to go this year and sell my car, but I think I might just have my cousin sell it. I'll pay him a little bit of money to get everything taken care of. Send me the paperwork so I can sign with a DocuSign electronically, and just take care of it that way, so I don't have to go back. Let's see. You can be as solo or social as you want in Bangkok. There are options either way. Yeah, absolutely. I am an introvert, so I think it may be easier than extroverts. With that said, I don't think anyone truly knows until boots are on the ground. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, you just play by ear, really. And if you want to join some groups, then you can join some small. They got small groups, they got larger groups. So if you're more introverted, maybe find a group that fits that social aspect of you. There may be other groups out there that like, we're kind of introverted too, but we still like to meet, 2 or 3 at a time. So I don't know. It's just kind of check it out. All right, guys, it's about 8 after. Beaver Hunter, send me that question again so I can answer it. I'm still waiting. I don't see it here. We'll keep going a little longer, so long as my throat hangs out. Ace Bachelor Tom, hello. Hi, JJ. Do you have the Thailand tax situation for expats figured out yet? I understand you are a tax resident after 180 days, but does this include U.S. expat income from Social Security, pensions, etc.? No, it does not. I went to the revenue department here in Bangkok, and I asked them, I said, I have a Social Security check that goes into my U.S. bank account every month, and I transfer a portion of that over to my Thai bank account. Is that taxable? And he said no. Now, like I said earlier, I should have gotten it in writing because you never know. But he said, no, it's not taxable because I don't get taxed on it in the U.S., so I wouldn't get taxed on it in Thailand. Now, if I had other income that I moved over here that's not Social Security or whatever, that would be taxable. But I told him, I said, I have a small income from my YouTube channel, but that money stays in my U.S. bank account. I don't transfer it over. I go, do I have to pay taxes on that? He says, no. Then I asked him, do I need to fill out a tax form? Do I need to do taxes? And he said, no. Again, I should have got it in writing, but I'm going by what he says. Hopefully that's right. Rooftop bar favorites. I don't go to a lot of rooftop bars. I mean, O'Shea's has kind of a rooftop bar. It's on a roof, but it's 5th floor, so it's not like way high and you got a great view. But it's outdoors. It's in the elements. They got live bands there on weekends. It's kind of neat. Brewski's down at Radisson Blue on Lower Sukhumvit. That's kind of a neat rooftop bar. I don't really go to a lot of the others. I've been to a couple, but I can't remember which ones for that matter. Let me see. It must be something because I copy and pasted and was skipped the second time. Oh, well, thanks for the chat. Have a great day, JJ and gang. Yeah, sorry, Beaver Hunter. Maybe it's something that, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what would flag it and not post it. Unless you got a swear word on there, or I don't know. I don't know why it would not post, but sorry about that. Maybe if you misspell the words, and maybe it would come out okay. I don't know. I will join the 7-Eleven loitering meetup group. Right? All in good fun. Kidding, of course. Yeah. I see them all the time. Isn't that weird that that's their hangout place? It's like just on the steps outside of 7-Eleven. They just all hang out there all the time. It's kind of weird. Thanks for the conversation. I was wondering what I was going to do today. Now you know. There you go. I saw your interview with Cal earlier this week. Lots of great information there, especially on locations on apartments. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, it was fun. Cal's a neat guy. I like him. Is that because the double taxation treaty? Yes, that's exactly why. What kind of income would they tax? For my situation, I would be retired and not working and get funds from Social Security, pension, 401k that was already taxed. Yeah, the 401k is, that's a tricky one. Now, I assume you did the Roth 401k. That's what you're talking about. So it's already taxed. I'm not sure how that works because I don't know. That would be something you'd have to ask a tax expert. I can't help you on that. YouTube nuns in full effect today. YouTube nuns? I'm not sure what that is. That's interesting. YouTube nuns. Well, I'm getting kind of hungry, guys. I haven't eaten yet. I've been up since about 2:30, something like that. So I think I'm going to call it a day. Oh, the censors. Okay, I got you. Yeah. Yeah, the YouTube censors. Yeah, that could be why that he didn't get his. If it happened twice, then I know it's got to be some wording in there that is the reason. Because it's not on my end. Yeah, Roth or brokerage that I already paid U.S. tax on. Would you provide the Thai tax authorities with your U.S. tax form? Yeah, I don't know. You'd have to talk to a tax attorney here. It would be your best bet. I don't want to give you any advice that's wrong. I want to thank you for doing these live chats. So easy to get questions answered. Yeah, I try to answer all your guys' questions when I know the answer. Like the tax thing, all I know is what the guy at the revenue department told me for my Social Security issue, but I couldn't tell you on 401ks, annuities, anything like that. Other pensions, I don't know. I wonder how they know which funds you sent over to Thailand come from Social Security, pension, or other. Well, it would be easy for me because the money that is in that bank account is almost entirely my Social Security. So if I'm sending over, say, 65,000 baht, they would see it's like, oh, okay, so it's not coming from his YouTube because there's no, I don't make 65,000 baht a month in YouTube. It's coming from the money that Social Security put into my bank account, which is the bulk amount. So I would say it's probably easy to prove that if that were the case. JJ, is now a good time to go to Pattaya since rainy season, lower prices, right? Yeah, I mean, I think, to be honest with you, I don't mind rainy season in Thailand because, like I said earlier, when it rains, it only rains for a couple hours, like late afternoon or early evening, and then it's good for the rest of the time. So I don't think it's a bad time, and you're going to get cheaper flights and cheaper hotels and pretty much cheaper everything. So yeah, I think now's a great time to go. Thank you, JJ, for the live stream. Thank you, David, for coming on. We're going to call it a day, guys. I've been on 2 hours, 15 minutes. My voice is going. I got to save it for my DJ show. Make sure you hit that like button before you go. And if you're a member, thank you for being a member. If you want to be a member, you see my videos before anybody else. It's 99 cents a month. Just go to my page and you can sign up for that. Were you surprised Gio went for the retirement visa rather than the DT feed? No, I'm not really surprised. I was kind of surprised he decided that Thailand was going to be his permanent destination. I kind of thought when he spent so much time in Kenya that he was kind of having second thoughts about being in Thailand. But I wasn't surprised about the retirement. It's a good choice for him. Thanks again. Thanks, Xander. Appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button before you leave. And also, I want to thank Jumpcat, Victor for sending a super chat, David for sending a super chat, and Dr. Zombie for sending a super chat. I appreciate that, guys. Appreciate it a lot. Thanks, David. And thanks, Rick. Thanks for coming on board. Thanks for getting on the chat today. You guys have a great one. As always, live life, my friend. Sabai, sabai. And we'll talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.